Hello, everyone, and welcome on over to the Unified Collegiate League. We're in our 2024 fall season. We're in that Premier League. We're in week number 3. My name's Travis D. I'm joined here by Captain Ahsoka. Okay, I see you over there getting your vibe on that. What do you call that move? What do you call that move? Is that the Captain Shuffle?
No, it's just the vibe. That's exactly what it's called. It's called the
Oh.
vibe. Yeah, that's 100% what that is, because it is 100% a vibe, because we are here for week 3. I was lucky enough to be here yesterday for week 3 of Overwatch. Now I'm here for week 3 of Rocket League, and honestly, I can't wait to get this on the way. Also, like the backwards cap, you're going red and black. I got the blue and black. We're just covering both sides of the spectrum here. I dig it.
Yeah. We got that red versus blue vibes going on for two teams that are going to be looking to compete against one another. Before we get into our teams on the field for Rocket League, we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at some things, because like you were talking about earlier on, you were
Yesterday, I got to cover some Overwatch 2. Today, we're covering Rocket League. Then on Wednesday, it's going to be League of Legends. Thursday, we got Valorant. And Friday, it's going to be you again, covering some of that Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. And keep in mind, this is for the whole schedule. This is the schedule we're looking at from September 23rd to November 8th here at the Unified Collegiate League.
So you always know exactly where to be able to go in there and get your gameplay. You can even see, of course, you're already watching here. You see it's over on Twitch, where you'll be able to find all of those games. Same time, same place, every single week, unless something happens. Like last Friday, we did switch things around. So keep an eye out for updates if there is ever any kind of switch around on the broadcast schedule. You can always check it out on the Unified Live X page or Twitter, whichever one you prefer to call it. I still prefer to call it Twitter, but we're ready for some good old Rocket League on the day here. Cap, two teams that we have going for us on the day. It looks like we have University of Mary Washington and Radford University.
Yeah, it sounds awfully rad, bro. Like,
Yeah.
All right, cringy dad jokes aside. Yes, that's exactly what we have going for us right now. And I got to tell you, this is going to be looking a little shaky here, only because you're looking at UMW, right? The University of Mary Washington. They're currently going 0-3. It's unfortunate. Meanwhile, on the other side for Radford University, they're going 2-1. Okay, so they have a pretty decent record, and so I'm thinking this is going to be a tough matchup here for the Birds. Looking at UMW Esports, they might have quite the challenge ahead of them, although Radford not going to be looking at any challenges here, as they managed to overcome the defense to find the first goal.
Almost just uncontested, just bobbed it into the corner, trapped it in there. Appreciate that precision to start things off. 12 seconds into the very, very first round. You can already see Radford striking down and not looking like birds of prey at this current moment in time. They're being preyed upon.
Yeah, that they are. Again, an overwhelming amount of offense, which we saw this last week as well. We did have some play styles that were just so much aggression, so much speedy offense. And you know what? It's a double-edged sword. Like, yes, you're going to get a lot of shots, which often result in a lot of goals. However, that leaves you susceptible to a lot of counterattacks. You got to be careful.
They're struggling to actually get the ball away. They're not getting a meaningful clear, which is really hitting them at the current moment in time. And Radford getting a nice clear of their own. Check out how they carry it. Good interception by Eric. And now Gojo saying, I am the one. But he's not going to find himself in a great situation. Trying to find that I'd win moment.
Yeah, I was about to say, Gojo did not have enough boost and not enough cursed energy to try and take that one away, unfortunately. And again, for those that aren't familiar, yes, there's I'm assuming this is an anime reference to Jujutsu Kaisen, for Gojo.
There's not many other references I can think of off the top of my head with characters in Gojo. I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly.
Anime or non-anime.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. But meanwhile, still got to give it up to UMW Esports off the rip, just because they got scored on rather early, but since then it seems like as though they really started to get their game together, and they have held off the pressure from Radford for at least like a minute and 30 now.
And you can tell. The interesting thing about goals that happen at the very beginning of the game in Rocket League is it could just be a simple case of one team just not being ready at that moment. So you do have to call into question, right? If UMW has been putting on such killer defense like this, right? Was it just a case of that was the crack that was there at that time, and now they kind of slap themselves on the face, splash some water on their face, they're back into it, they're feeling themselves. They're having some very, very close moments right in front of the net. But yet again, UMW, good clear, but pre-quits going in there immediately, clearing out the shot. This is actually set up beautifully for a shot, possibly a little high on the play.
I mean, not even so much too little, too high. You know, I mean, it was 100%. But honestly, we talked about already, like, positioning the offense that is coming from Radford, right? And how it can be risky to push up too far. On that last play, their third player back was pushed up inside of the paint of UMW. Had they just stayed off a little bit towards the back, even towards that midfield, they could have got a rebound and then converted into a goal. So again, you just can't, you gotta be careful you don't push up too far.
Looking for that extreme forward style. It has its pros and cons. You can see Radford, they want to get back to those pros, right? They are got that offense going. Here we go. Your lights. Looking for a possible play. Centered up nicely, but nobody was in a good position to strike. Yet again, the clear is weak. It got challenged. Smurf wrestling back control, and now the ball back over to the other side. You can see how quick Radford is to gain possession all over again.
Now, see, I want to do an analytical breakdown, but I don't know if I should pop off yet. I should let Smurf pop off and get the two-piece off the backboard to get the second goal for Radford.
Bro, I'm a little wet over here with the splash zone, right? You see that little splash come across, dude? You know what? I was right there in it. I was at the front row getting hit with it. Yo, Smurf getting a nice goal, nice decisive moment for Radford after getting that immediate score and then another one off pitch. Radford is running away with momentum.
Has everybody gotten on the board now? Is that everyone from Radford? I mean, they got 3 goals. I forget who scored the first one, but I felt like everybody was getting a piece. And if they didn't get the goal, then definitely everybody contributed. There had to be some assists. The goal participation coming from Radford has got to be looking pretty good right about it.
Well, they've been having some great possession over the ball, and yet again, another shot on goal. This is where this kind of a composition where you're focusing on that offense, that offensive pressure, this is where it gets dangerous. Momentum's on your side. It's going to keep on swinging. You can see UMW, they're trying their best, trying as hard as they can. A little bit of a self-interception there on what looked like it was going to be a centered up pass. Radford back onto defense, just in time to be able to stop a possible scoring opportunity. But UMW, with 45 seconds left on the clock, they're going to have to put on a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, again, I always mention about, Rocket League time theory. When you're down a deficit, you genuinely, like a bare minimum, want to give yourself 10 seconds per goal. That is the Rocket League time theory. That is what we have seen that is possible and capable. So once you get outside of that realm, then it's pretty much done and dusted, which is where we're at now. 3 goals in 20 seconds, it doesn't compute with the Rocket League time theory. That is just not enough time to try and equalize.
No, it's not enough. You would be looking at some immediate right off the pitch moments to make that happen. UMW would have liked to get one more score to actually stop some of the momentum, but Radford says this train has no brakes. Stay away from the railway, as Radford doesn't know how to stop.
Yeah, they most certainly do not. 6 seconds left to go, all but over, but the crying here in game number 1. And Radford, they're living up to their record currently. I mean, they were 2-1 going into this one. And honestly, with the competition that we have been seeing here in the Unified Collegiate League, that is a pretty good record because we have seen some absolute ballers in this league. So the fact that they managed to take 2 wins off of some of these high-rated teams speaks volume to the talent that's coming from Radford as they take game 1.
Definitely made things go on their own. Took them to a place called Ocean Avenue, place where we used to sit and talk with you. Back over to game number 2, though. They're going to need to throw up some red cards, throw up some penalties, be like, yo, we got to make sure that we're penalizing them for making those plays where they go in there a little bit too deep. I'm looking at UMW. We saw last week in our match that was featured on stream. Win-loss does not matter as much as you might think in some of these matchups. You can turn things around, and we saw how a matchup, a series, heated up as it went on further and further. So UMW, they can't get stuck in a ruck. They got to make sure they don't stall out. They need to go ahead and twist that key and pedal to the metal.
Yep, they most certainly do. And you know what? I want to talk a bit for Radford here. And this is just like, a good little background check here. Just some worthwhile information. You see the player Precux or Precux, however you want to pronounce it. Being where I'm from here in New Orleans, you know how we would pronounce that? We would pronounce it as Precu.
Precu.
Yeah, that's how we would pronounce it down here. We actually have roads, towns, and cities. As far as a matter of fact, one of the hometowns where I grew up in is called Miro, but it's spelled Meraux.
Yeah, I'm going to be real with you. That sounds like you're announcing a move to me, the way you said it. At the very least. It's like I can just imagine the hands going up. It's time to catch hands. Radford says, you know what? They're feeling that anime spirit that you just gave them off of that. They were immediately trying to hit him with that 1-2 punch.
Yep, Captain Atsuka here with your daily dose of Cajun culture. You see, we can be fun and educational as we continue on, and Smurf finds the back of the net for the second time today.
Fun, educational, but from the side of Radford, they also are bringing the pain to UMW fans at the current moment in time. Yet again, sweet melodies of yellow card play. UMW is tired of the 2000s pop punk. They're done with it. They need to start getting some goals on their own side. They need to start getting some control over these members of Radford University who are running wild.
Yep, this one's going to be going up high off the backboard. Not going to be any good. Clear comes out from Radford as now they are on the counter attack. The pickup from Real Light. And it was awfully close. Again, I felt like Precox was coming in for the follow-up touch, but Real Light says they're going to take it themselves as they find the second goal here in game 2.
Absolutely nasty here. Just look at this. They were dealing with every member of UMW at one point in time, and they're just like, you know what? It's gonna go above your head. It's like Space Jam. It's just a repeat of the scene. Michael Jordan stretching out the arm, going across everybody. Same thing just happened. It's just with cars and a soccer ball.
I'll be honest, like when I first saw that, like back in the 90s, that was actually kind of gross. Like to be honest, like seeing someone's arm.
I tried to do it.
There's no shot. Like that was like Mr. Fantastic. That might be the first time we saw Mr. Fantastic on film, on screen. You know.
Jordan casted as Reed Richards when?
What was it, 1999?
Something like that. Something like that. Right now, Precox is continuing to score like it's 1999, though, making their shots over and over again. This is so neatly put into the pocket. Just a really beautiful shot.
Absolutely. And again, Radford, they are just on a frenzy right now. The ball possession is just entirely in their favor. Like they go up for these 50-50s, and even when they lose them, they manage to recover very, very nicely. They just don't give up on the ball at all.
It feels like a lot of UMW is trying to get some sort of action going in here, but their plays are very reliant on them getting these very swift bumps. There's no control over it. Where Radford, you can see it. When one person touches the ball, look at how Real Light is going through. He just floats the ball on over, and the rest of the members are in position to possibly go for a pass if there's going to be one. They have full confidence that whoever has the ball is the playmaker in that time, and they're carrying it. They're continuing to maintain the possession. As you can see, yet again, they're going for it.
Oh my God.
That possession's so nasty.
Like, why? You don't have to flex this hard, bro. Like, look at this. Goes off the waterfall, comes from on top the goal, and puts in his own waterfall touch. Like my goodness. Homie ate their Wheaties this morning, right? Homie ate their Wheaties, ran their training packs, and now he's just in this game. Like, look, Mom, look what I can do, and just absolutely popping off.
The scary thing for UMW is Radford is on fire at this current moment in time. They are already tied up for the score that they had in the previous game, right? You are in dangerous territory because there's still 2 minutes left. Radford could just keep scoring, and the worst thing about whenever a team's able to build up a head of momentum like this is not only does it moralize them, right? Like they're in a great situation. They're rallied. You're going to get demoralized by looking at the scoreboard going like, man, what the heck's happening? They're running us. They're running our pockets.
Yeah, well, you see now they're actually playing a good bit of keep away. You see like these long-winded air drags going towards their own net, need I mind you. And again, you see they're kind of playing with the ball, so to speak, and they're doing this to run the clock. And again, you know, for people that may not have competed or, you know, follow a lot of competitive Rocket League, back in my day when I was a competitor, it was kind of like actually like, you know, competitive Rocket League etiquette. Once you get that 4-goal lead, to kind of run the clock out. You know, you don't want to bombard. You don't want to hold the game longer than it need be. And if you do get other shots, you know, wide open shots, and yeah, go ahead, take them. But this is where you can kind of coast a little bit and let the clock run out.
Also works out good because you can see here they are able to get a nice score off of it once they do decide to switch the ball over to the opposite side. UMW, like I was talking about, they're one-touch team. They touch it once, they send it full send, and then they try to carry it from that point. Almost got a goal off the pitch there as Radford was just like, oh wait, they're scoring, they're trying to score. But you can see it flips around immediately as they just carry over the possession. They get it. This is such a beautiful pass.
Indeed, and that's one thing that they have been good with. Like, we've already seen Real Life, Precucks, and Smurf. Clearly, they know how to handle the ball themselves. They can run the solo plays if need be. But you already know they're going to be 10 times better if they actually come together and just run the table, right? So again, these team plays are just even that much more impressive. Like, we already know individually they're great, but now we know that they can also formulate as a team.
It's the beautiful thing about Radford is when they play this composition where they're on defense and it's 2-1, where one person is in the paint of the opposing goal, right? Like, you're always in this situation where there is always the potential for a fast breakaway if you're able to get a good pass. And with ball control like Radford has, absolute disgusting display of how good this strategy can be. 6 goals, 30 seconds remaining. UMW, honestly, at this point in time, they want that one goal just to make it to where they can break away some of that momentum and be like, all right, yeah, next game, that's our reset button.
Well, out into the corner we go. I mean, really not much doing here. You know, final 10 seconds on the clock, 6-goal deficit. Radford, again, just looking like an absolute beast here in the standings and in this week 3 of Collegiate Unified, as that will just about do it. Radford University taking that 2-0 lead over UMW and are looking down the barrel of a 3-0 sweep.
This is looking so good for Radford, and the strategy of this is just working out so good. You really cannot complain about how things are going. Game 1, we had a question about like the slow pacing that happened once we got into the mid game, but like now they are just showing, all right, no, we got our strategy fully in flats. UMW's having struggles dealing with it, and like I said, I feel like this one-touch style, they gotta make an adaptation to maintain that control, because it's been like 80-90% just Radford possession.
Yeah, again, Radford doing a little bit of flexing as well. And again, this is no offense to the opposing team there. But with that being said, I could just tell that Radford has more hours. To me, that's what it's coming down to. I feel like Radford just has more hours in the game. Maybe they've been playing together longer as a team. Again, maybe, you know, we're seeing just like, you know, a difference in synergy, practice, whatever the case may be. You know, we're looking at University of Mary Washington, and for all we know, that could be maybe a relatively newer team. Maybe they just got together. They're still feeling each other out. But I just feel like Radford, they're just clicking and they're firing on all cylinders here.
Great display. Here we go. We're off the pitch. UMW, backs against the wall. Heels are hanging off of the cliff. What can they do to regain control in this nefarious situation? Well, not that. Smurf just immediately getting a score. I think that's 3 games in a row where we've seen a score happen within the first 15 seconds of the game.
Yeah, that one was rather quick, wasn't it? Radford already on the board, and again, that's just another complete different area of the game, right? Being able to perfect those kickoff situations, and Radford has been able to do that more than once throughout the series, and just find these fast breaks off the kickoff.
Fast breaks is something that UMW has to figure out a way to deal with, right? Realize almost getting another goal there, as there was some good defense from UMW, finally getting it over to the other side, but they can't maintain control. It is them trying to go in, just one car deep, and then the rest of the members follow, but it's just not working. Gojo gonna have to go ahead and show them if there is infinity between you and them, because right now they are showing off their playbook in style.
Yeah, it looks like Real Light is just on a flip reset, just binge for like this entire series. I feel like every shot they go for is a flip reset. Like, I get it, you know, once you hit the training packs and, you know, you start getting it flowing, it becomes habitual, and you know, you want to show it off a little bit.
When you first learn how to kickflip, you know? Like, you can't stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit like 100 kick flips now, and that's pretty much what we're seeing from Real Light.
The learn one trick, you're going to do it again as many people are watching. And it does feel like it's a case having a little bit of a show-off moment. Radford having some great games for themselves. They've scored over 10 goals inside of this series so far without allowing a single one by UMW. Impressive stat for Radford. May have just cast a cursed it, but Scribby was not able to finish things off. But there's Gojo, who says, no, you will not perfect game us.
Nope, not here. Not today. It is going to be a tie game now. And this is exactly what UMW they need. They need to bring in some of that momentum back towards their side. And if they can just break the tie and they can take the lead, then that is going to be monumentous for their side, because at that point, then they know that they can really take wins against this Radford University team.
Now Radford. That just a wake-up moment there as they are able to find a little bit more possession. You can see some of the moments where UMW actually like send the ball out flying and are looking at it, seeing if that is a ball that they could possibly contest. But check it out, right off the backboard multiple times. But Radford, despite 3 people getting backboard touches there, they're still on offense. And even after they made a shot on goal, they still on offense afterwards. It's actually disgusting how well they're able to maintain possession.
And they have been. They've been literally just carrying the ball and playing keep away from the side of UMW. And now Smurf is going to keep the ball away no longer. They're going to put it right into the back of the net, and right at halftime, Radford take the lead.
Going for a straight-up ankle breaker play right in front of your goal. That's a flex if I've ever seen one. And Radford have the right to. UMW, with their point on the scoreboard, though, they are in a situation where they can tie the game back up and regain some composure, regain a game for themselves inside this series. They don't need a goal to get scored right there. That was dangerous, a precarious situation that was set up for them. Thankfully, they were able to get the ball cleared away as it danced in front of the net.
Right now, here we are, 2 minutes left to go. Radford looking to get the 3-0 sweep, looking to find the double, triple touch. Real Light will get this one to go after 1, 2, 3 attempts on the net.
Yeah, literally just alley-ooping for themselves at this moment in time. Off the backboard, off of the post, making it look like they're trying to play a trick shot, saying, hey, no, you got to do that play. Let's see what you can do. Like, it was actually just good, and Real Light's been so good on the day. Everybody from Radford has been so good on the day. UMW, they still have time to tie things up, but it's got to be a little bit of a heartbreaker to be so close at that very moment, finally have that catch-up moment, and now they're back to where they started at with a little bit of that defiant lead that's so hard to close out.
And now going right back to it, just over 1 minute and 30 left to go. They have a 2-goal cushion. So again, they have that insurance goal on the side of Radford, and we already know how good they are at possessing and running the clock. So if they wanted to, you know, they really could continue just to play that hot potato game between one another and just keep the ball away from UMW.
Really could. Radford, though, they are just constantly getting these touches in. The ball cannot find itself in a clear way. The tension that's constantly came in has been night and day between the two squads. You can see how they contend for it each time, but UMW, they will not fade quietly into the night. They will continue to look for a possible scoring opportunity, but check out Huriel position himself to be able to catch that ball, intercepted it, and yet again, Radford, this is what I was talking about. They have a decisive eye, just constantly keeping an eye out on where the ball is and where you're going to send it off to.
Yeah, take a look at Gojo looking for the passing now towards the mid. And, you know, again, I feel like UMW Esports definitely have the talent. They have the potential. Now it just has to be refined. Like, now that they've gone up against Radford, you know, they pretty much have gotten a pretty hefty taste of, you know, what to expect throughout the rest of the season and what the competition is. So now, you know, they just got to go back through the replays, see what they did wrong, see what they did right, and do the same thing for Radford. What is it that Radford makes mistakes in? What is it that they execute well on? And they can really learn from that, and it's only going to be better for them as they progress through the rest of the season.
Tossing around the ball right in front of the goal, going for that little ankle prayer. Once a buzzer beater, it looks like. Oh, okay, Smurf, I saw that. Said, no, you guys can't do this. No. This is my MVP. You're not getting another goal.
Well, I mean, there you have it. Radford come in and extend their already positive standing, now going 3-1 on the record. So again, fantastic plays being made coming from them. And you know what, again, this is going to be one of those teams that I keep an eye out for as we continue on, because only having one loss to your name, I got to tell you, that's pretty impressive so far, because like I said, we have a lot of competition here at the Unified Collegiate.
Yeah, the big thing too is UMW has to figure out, like we saw a couple tools that were at display. They had that one touch style, but I think if you look at Radford, the way they play, UMW did not have a great matchup into them just because the way Radford plays, how they continue to keep the ball, make sure that it doesn't get passed around, the possession, the way they play. And we have a lot of stats competition inside of the Premier League. So I'm hoping we get a look at Radford against some of the other teams who have been undefeated or have only dropped one game as well, because I feel like seeing a team that has this kind of style where they just maintain possession whenever they go against a team that is very aggressive and does like pinpoint passes and whatnot, it makes that possession style just that much more difficult, that much more important.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with that being said, we want to try and get a word in edgewise with someone from Radford, so maybe they can answer some of these questions that we have and what their expectations is going forward. So don't go anywhere. We're going to try and get you an interview, and we will be right back after this short break.
everyone, and welcome on back to the Unified Collegiate League. We're here with the triumphant Smurf. Let's go ahead and answer the straightaway question. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's always good to get a quick 3-0 to start the day, I guess. Go on to the next match confident.
I hear you. And I want to ask about that, right? Because one, you got a name like Smurf, all right? And there's two things. You're either a huge fan of Smurfs, which you do have a Smurf picture I see for Discord, or you like smurfing on kids. So I gotta ask, what is the name coming from? Is it coming from you abusing some of the lobbies and pubs, or what's going on?
Honestly, when I was younger, I just thought the name was cool, but my original name was Super Smurf, and then I just shortened it to Smurf a year ago.
Okay.
But
okay. So Smurf was always the IGN?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically
okay.
Everything.
Okay. I had an edgy one, so that's why I gotta ask. You know, that it's always like somebody either has the edgy backstory, or they have no, this is just evolved from when I was younger. You know, so appreciate it. Look, bring into how confidence does play into your games in Rocket League, right? Because like you said, you got a 3-0 start off everything. You guys had what, 11, 12, 13 goals inside of the 3-game set, right? And have to feel good. How does that play into y'all's Nets game?
I mean, it plays a lot. I guess confidence is a lot of stuff in Rocket League. Once you're not confident, you kind of just don't really have a chance to win the game, because you start second guessing yourself. So it means a lot, but I mean, we are confident heading into it. We're confident heading into most matches. It's very rare that we're not, because you can't psych yourself out. It's just bad. But I mean, it plays a huge role. I think we're very confident in the next match. I think we'll get another 3-0.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, like you said, you got to be confident as a competitor, right?
Yeah.
What's the point in not being confident? All right, well, you guys had a high possession style that it looked like that came inside this game. You guys just kind of maintain possession all the time. What are comms like for you guys? Is there somebody who's really talkative inside of y'all's games? Give me some of the comm leaks real quick, Smurf.
I mean, to be honest, we didn't really calm that series. We were just kind of we were just banging off back when we were hitting off the glass, basketball and stuff. We weren't actually calming, but no, I mean, we all calm a decent amount. We're working on comms, of course, because we just started playing together a month ago or 2 months ago or whatever it was in the fall. So it's a new team, so we're trying to work on comms. But usually we calm a lot, but we didn't calm really at all, to be honest, that series. I'm talking about Terraria and stuff.
All right. Final question I'll ask you before I let you go then. I saw yellow card playing at the end whenever you scored your goals. Big yellow card fan, or what you got? What's the playlist look like for you?
I mean, it really depends on the mood. I do like yellow card. I mean, I have that in some of my playlists, but it really depends on the mood. I listen to a lot of throwbacks when I play Rocket League, because it's just high energy, so it makes me feel like I play faster.
Okay, so 2000s pop punk emo music is the playlist.
Not as much emo, but 2000s pop, yeah. I could do some of that, Maroon 5 and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So you go to the Maroon 5, stop where it starts getting into Panic at the Disco and stuff like that. I got you. All right. Well, thank you so much, Smurf. It's been a pleasure getting to speak with you today. You make sure you take care. Best of luck inside your matches, and we will catch you next time. Looking forward to seeing your results. As I believe that is it for Smurf inside of it, as we are doing a quick rotation on back.
I'm back.
Cap, he's back. You can see he was even fits in the cap.
I didn't realize they were bringing me back. I was just listening to the interview, just waiting. So again, I just didn't realize I was going to be coming back, but here I am.
Surprise.
Well, regardless, it was a fantastic interview, and again, Smurf definitely going to be a top contender along with their team. So again, just keep an eye out for him, and I already heard some pretty big talk coming from Smurf, so I just hope they're going to be able to back it up.
Yeah, I'm here for it though. That's how you got to talk. That's what we got to talk about. But go ahead and talk about the schedule for the week. We got more players that are continuing to forge their paths on forward, so make sure you tune in, same time, same place throughout this time period, for all the way from September 23rd, which is in the past, but over into the future. We're going all the way till November 8th with this schedule. Monday, we got Overwatch 2. Tuesday, Rocket League. You saw it. We got that car soccer. Wednesday, it's all about League of Legends. Thursday, it's time to go pew pew with your friends or your frenemies as you go into some Valorant. And then Friday, it's time to smash. It's fight night as we are going into Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Every squad going in for their crew battles on that day. But it's an exciting day, exciting week of games always here all the way up until November 8th. So make sure you go ahead and hit that follow button if you haven't already, so that way you can stay tuned on what the next update will be for Unified, what games are going on, and you can stay up to the hottest, the greatest, the best collegiate action.
Yep, absolutely. But I think that's just gonna about wrap things up for us here, Travesty. So with that being said, big thank you to all of the viewers that came out to watch. Big thank you for the players and the teams that participated. Big thank you for the schools that are involved. And of course, a big GG to both of our schools here tonight, which were University of Mary Washington and of course Radford University. And then also big shout out to everybody behind the scenes as well. Big shout out to Zeph, to Ramsey, and Travesty, my co-host. So is there any last parting words before we bid the folks adieu?
Support collegiate esports. That's all I want.
Well, thank you for that. Well, I've been Captain Atsoka, and this has been the Unified Collegiate League. Join us again tomorrow for League of Legends. We'll see you then.
Ooh, yeah.